Am I a real YouTuber yet? Does this make me a real YouTuber? I hope it does. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the main event. What's up? It's Chris, the Drone Geek, and yeah, I've got a little bit of new hardware. It's not totally finished yet. I still have a shock mount that needs to get here. I ordered the wrong one, didn't fit my mic. It's an Audio-Technica AT2020, and unfortunately the thread on the bottom didn't fit. So I'm waiting for that. It's not quite where it needs to be, but hopefully this will improve the sound quality rather than having my mic right underneath the camera about 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from me. It's going to be about 4 inches away from my face at any given time. So hopefully that helps to eliminate picking up background noises. But that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is another episode of Let's Learn with the Drone Geek. And this is inspired by a problem I recently had. It wasn't really a problem, it was more of just a roadblock that I had that made things a little bit less efficient than I like them to be. I had a client that needed about 40 clips edited and trimmed, but not together. They needed them in separate files because they were going to then put them in their project anyway. This caused a problem for me. Because how do I charge the client fairly for a process I know is going to take hours and hours just because the files are so big and they're so high quality that it's going to take time for them to mix down and export after I make the edits. So I set out on the mission to figure out how to batch export individual files out of Adobe Premiere after editing them, and I figured it out, and I'm here to share that with you today. So let's jump right into it. So I've got Adobe Premiere open, and you'll see in the project timeline, I've got 6 individual clips down here. Typically, I use this process when I have 10 or more clips that need to be exported as individual files. But for this example, and for the sake of expediency, I'm just gonna stick with the 6 clips that I got yesterday during my drone flight in downtown Lancaster. So you'll see that I've gone through and I've applied some very basic edits to each clip, just some basic color grading, and I trimmed the clips up so that they'd be ready to just throw into a timeline and go. There's no awkward flights or movement. It's purely the shot that was intended. So I've got them all set up. Now, what we need to do for our quote unquote client is export these as individual files. The first thing we're going to do is select our first clip. This is just good practice to keep things clean and straightforward. We're gonna right click on the clip, which will bring up this menu. Now you'll see you have a bunch of different options here, but we wanna go up to Nest. We'll select Nest, and it will bring up this menu. It's gonna ask you to name the sequence. In this case, this doesn't really matter all that much. You can put a custom name. Just keep in mind that whatever you put in this field is going to be the name of the file itself. So for this example, we're just gonna keep it nested sequence 1. So we'll click OK. And you'll see that it turned the file green. That's because this is its own individual sequence now. So we'll go ahead and we'll go through and do that for each of these files. So we'll go ahead, number 2, right click, go up to Nest, nested sequence number 2, and so on. I'm gonna speed these last 4 up just for the sake of expediency. Okay, so we have all 6 clips nested as their own individual sequences. Just before we move on to exporting these as individual files, I did want to let you know you can make this process much more time efficient by setting the nested process as a shortcut on your keyboard. In order to do that, you just go up to Edit, go down to Keyboard Shortcuts, and then you're gonna bind one of your keys with the nesting process. For me, it's the N key. So anytime I want to nest a clip, I would simply come down to the timeline, select it, and press the N key, and then that same window would pop up asking me what I want to name my new sequence. So that's just for making this a little bit more efficient. I like it because it makes things go by much, much quicker when I'm able to just hit that key real quick and go through the process. Okay. On to exporting these as individual files. So now that we've got these as nested sequences in our timeline, we'll come over here to our project media bin. So we'll scroll down and you'll see that we have a few extra clips than when we started. These are our nested sequences, and the easiest way to do this is to switch into a file name view rather than this thumbnail view. So I come down here and I click on the list view, that's the official term, And you'll see that all of my nested sequences are down at the bottom. In order to start the export process, we need to select all of these, and I do that easily by clicking on the first one, holding Shift, and then clicking on the last one, and it selects everything between the first thing I clicked and the last thing that I clicked. We'll go ahead and right-click on any one of these as long as it's selected, and we'll click Export Media. It'll pull up a menu just like this, and you'll see that you can change the settings of the files that are output by Adobe Premiere. I'm not going to change anything here. Everything looks fine. And for this example, I just want to keep things as simple as possible. So we'll go ahead and click the Q button. And this is where Adobe Media Encoder comes back into play. So we'll click Q. Takes Premiere just a few minutes to get these sent over to the Media Encoder. And once we have these over there, we can go ahead and click on the Media Encoder, and you'll see that they are in the queue on this program. So now that these files are in the Media Encoder queue, we can do one more thing before we export the files. We want to double check where these files will be going, because keeping things organized is key to being successful with multiple clips. We'll click on the path here underneath the Output File column, and this will show us where it's going to save the clip. In this case, we don't want it to go into this particular folder because this is for a different client, and we don't want to mix our media because it may make things a little bit more confusing for you. Organization is key again. So we'll go ahead and we'll come to DJI footage, and we'll just save it here for now since this is just an example. So we'll click Save, and you'll see that the path has changed. We're going to do that for each one of these. And now that everything is set where we need it to go, we're just gonna click the play button. And you'll see that Adobe Media Encoder has started the process of exporting these as MP4 H.264 files to the path that we have set on the output file. This will take just a few moments. We'll check back in to make sure everything went according to plan. Okay, awesome. It looks like Adobe Media Encoder has finished exporting these files to the path at which we wanted these to be saved. Let's go ahead and open that folder up just to make sure everything went off without a hitch. And of course it did. We've got all 6 of our files here finished with the color grading and trimming that we had set in that project timeline. So these are ready to go to our client. Let's go ahead and open one up just to make sure everything looks good. Yep. Beautiful. This is great. So we'll be able to send this to the client, and hopefully they'll be very happy with the work that we did. And there you have it. It's as simple as that. Batch exporting files from Adobe Premiere will save you time as a video editor and make sure that you're maximizing your ROI when it comes to using Adobe Premiere and charging your client accordingly for the services that you're offering. If you like this video tutorial, make sure you hit the thumbs up icon down below. And if you really liked this video or any of the content on my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It helps me out tremendously, and we are on the quest to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you've already hit that subscribe button, thank you. And I encourage you to share my content with friends that you know would enjoy it and get something out of it. Until next time, I'm Chris, the Drone Geek, and I am out of here.